Hey, Mom, are you there? I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind me visiting you at your house next month. I was thinking that I could take about a week off of work and go there and stay with you, if that's all right.
You want to come to my house to stay for a while? Do I understand that right? I think the last time that you were here must have been 2 years ago.
Wow, has it really been that long already? It doesn't feel like it, but I guess now that you say that, I guess it has been.
That's right. Ever since you left the house to go and live in the big city, you haven't come to visit me even once. So just, what is it that suddenly changed your mind about coming here, huh? Did something happen? Do you need help?
No, Mom, it isn't anything like that at all. I have quite a bit of time off at work, and I just thought I should use it. I mean, I was thinking of using the time off to go and take a vacation or something, but I think I'd rather just relax. And I thought, what better way to take it easy than by going to spend some time with my mom? Not to mention how fun it would be to see all my old friends from back home and all of that.
Oh, I see. By the way, do you have any friends who have gotten married since you moved away? When are you finally going to settle down with someone nice?
You know, if you're going to start talking about this again, then I just won't go to visit you. We've talked about this, and I told you that I am going to get married when I find the right person and not a moment sooner.
I just wish that you would try to be more like your older brother sometimes. He was a good son and got married right away. Now he lives with his wife here at home with me. He knows what it means to be a good son.
So the only thing that makes him a good son is that he's moved in with his wife into your house? I'm sorry, Mom, but I think that way of thinking is a bit outdated.
Honestly, sometimes I wonder how someone like you ended up as my daughter. But I suppose you probably just take much more after your dad than you do me.
No offense, Mom, but I think that you have a habit of seeing what you want to see and blinding yourself to what you don't. I'm not trying to start a fight, and I was only suggesting that I come over for a visit. I don't think that there's any need to talk to me like this. And if you're just going to be lecturing me the whole time that I'm at your place, then I don't think I even want to go.
Well, fine then. But just know that I've told you all of this because I'm worried about you. It's all for your sake.
Thank you, Mom. It means a lot to me that you're so worried about my future.
Now, are you sure that you want to come and visit me for a whole week? That just seems like an awfully long time, don't you think? I mean, there's not even any holidays coming up.
I know, but I don't like taking time off during the holidays. Everything is so busy and crowded, it almost defeats the point. But actually, things have just been getting quite busy at work, and that's why I've been wanting a rest. But I don't just want to take 2 or 3 days off. I need more if I'm going to get the rest that I need.
I see. So, you don't ever come home for the past 2 years, and now all of a sudden you think you can just drop by and live with me for a whole week?
I mean, if that's okay with you, it's not like I haven't missed you all the whole time that I've been away. So if you could tell Nate and his wife Sarah that I'll be coming, that would be great. I'll be sure to bring some souvenirs as well.
Oh, well in that case, I suppose you can come. Just make sure to get some treats that are really famous from where you're living, okay? I think you brought little macaroons last time.
Okay, well, if you liked those, I could for sure bring you some. By the way, can Sarah eat those?
Actually, she's the one who liked those treats the best out of all of us. I think she really just likes sweet, fancy things like that since you know she hasn't gotten out of the town much.
You mean she's really never left the country? She hasn't gone to a big city even once?
That's right. That wife of your brother's is the portrait of a hard-working country girl with nothing in her head besides the next harvest. Just a plain country woman.
You really think that she's plain? I mean, I know she doesn't wear makeup or anything, but I think that she's really pretty. I bet that if someone gave her a big makeover, that she would really blow some of the locals away.
What in the world are you talking about? Don't even suggest such nonsense. You think there's a diamond hiding in the rough or something? I'm afraid that all you'll find is to start rubbing up the dirt of a big cow pie.
I see. Well, all I'm saying is that I think Sarah's quite pretty.
And you barely even met her and hardly spent any time with her at all. But anyways, I'll tell everyone that you're coming back. Drive safely. We're all looking forward to seeing you.
Sure thing, Mom. Thanks for telling everyone. Guess I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, Mom, I just wanted to let you know that I'm about to start heading back to your house now.
Oh, I see. Did you all finish hanging out already? I guess I would have expected you to stay out later with your friends, but Then again, I bet some of them do have kids, right? Didn't you tell me one of your friends even had kids in middle school? I guess it really has been some time since you've seen these people.
Yeah, and that's why we decided not to let things run too late. We wanted to make sure everyone could get to bed on time.
I see. Well, then I guess that means that you still haven't had dinner yet, since you're coming home this early. Were you hoping to eat something at home?
Actually, I had a rather late lunch, so I could eat, but I would only want something light. Is there anything like that to eat at your house?
Yes, I think that I could make you something light to eat when you get back home. Maybe just a salad with a little bit of chicken?
Oh, that would be perfect, actually. Yes, please, if it's not too much trouble, could you make me that?
I thought that you might like that. But then again, I am your mother, and I do know best.
Right, well, anyways, I guess I'll just head home now then. But, I just feel like we've been eating really heavy foods the past few days. Are you guys always eating like this? I mean, I just worry it's a bit greasy now.
Well, it's what your brother likes. And between his job and the gym, he moves his body a lot, and so he needs the calories to make up for what he's lost.
Well, I guess that makes sense. But what about Sarah? Does she enjoy eating like this? I just seem to remember her telling me once that really oily foods tend to not sit well with her.
Oh, I don't see why you even bother worrying yourself about someone like Sarah. Anyway, she's out for the night, so she won't even be joining us for dinner.
She's gone out of the night again? I feel like she hasn't been here for a single dinner since I've gotten here.
Yes, I guess if you count it up, it would seem like she really hasn't at all, actually.
Well, do you have any idea where it is that she might be going out all of these nights?
Oh, I'm sure she has lots to keep her busy. Some meetings around town, visiting her family, errands and chores and such.
I guess so, but then why is she going out to do all of this at night?
You know how things can be in a small town like this. I guess she doesn't feel scared at night, and so she's just always keeping herself busy running. It's not like in the city where you can just go out and only think about yourself.
Wow. Well, I guess that certainly is one way to go through life, although I would rather get married to someone in the city.
I doubt that you could even last a week living the kind of life that Sarah does out here. And it's not like the selection of men out here is all that great either.
Right. Well, I guess I'm lucky that I live in a better populated area with a good dating pool then.
And I wish you all the luck in finding the right man in a place like that. But anyways, when are you finally getting home? Just how long are you going to leave this salad here?
Right, I'm almost home. Just a little longer, please. Hey, Sarah, I just wanted to thank you so much for dinner tonight. It was really good. I mean, you really knocked it out of the park with that fish. Did you really make all of that?
Oh, hello, Rena. Yes, I did make everything that we had for dinner, and I'm happy that you enjoyed it all.
I don't think I had any idea that you were such a talented chef. Do you think that you could show me how to cook some of that in the future? I'm actually, well, when it comes to fancier things like that, I don't have quite as much experience.
I think that you should ask your mom to show you how to make some of the dishes that I did. After all, she's a much better cook than I am.
You really think so? Because if I can be honest with you, that was better than anything that my mom has ever made for me. But don't go telling her that. It can be our little secret.
Oh, of course, Rena. I would never ever say something like that to your mom.
Well, that's good to know. By the way, Sarah, I've been meaning to ask you something. I mean, it's been several days since I got here, and I don't think that we've eaten together once. Are you just really busy or something?
Oh yes, that's right. I'm very busy. I'm always having to do things outside of the house.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about. Are you always eating out then? Do you just like eating with the family?
It's nothing like that. I just have a lot of activities in town and at the local community hall, and so I just end up eating around there.
But that's another thing that I was curious about. You see, I was talking to my mom's neighbor, and she told me the community hall doesn't even stay open that late. So if you're not going there, then why aren't you spending your nights in your own home?
What do you mean? I'm not sure I get what you're trying to ask me right now.
Well, I didn't mean to put you out or anything like that. I know that it was a bit of a surprise, me coming to stay here for the week. But I don't want to be the reason why you aren't able to be at your own home. I can pack up my bags and leave early if you'd like.
No, it's nothing like that at all. It isn't that I don't like you. I think that you've been very kind to me and I really enjoy having you around.
Do you really, though? I mean, if that were the case, then why are you always disappearing? I would have really liked to get to spend more time with you while I was here. We should get something to eat sometime.
I don't think that your mother would like or allow that to happen. And since I'm her daughter, of course I have to take all my meals outside.
Wait, what? What do you mean about that last part? I haven't heard about that.
Well, it's just that since I'm the daughter-in-law, I should be spending all the nights outdoors.
I'm sorry, are you telling me that my mom tells you that because you're her daughter-in-law, you're not allowed to be in the house at night?
That's right. That is what your mom told me. I remember I first learned about this rule not long after I'd gotten married to your brother.
But well, this is crazy. Why would my mom tell you to do something like that? And what about my brother? Surely he has something to say about this, right? He doesn't actually make you go through with this.
No, I'm afraid that your brother Nate always does whatever your mom says to him. He's never once stood up for me or taken my side in this. In fact, anytime I do try to stand up to your mom, it's your brother who is there, ready to knock me down with some awful insult. He tells me I'm a bad wife, or he'll call me ugly and useless.
But then, they're just bullying you. There's nothing else that anyone can call it. You know, before I came here, I asked my mom if she wanted me to bring any souvenirs or treats. She told me that she wanted those macarons that I brought last time. But she also told me that you were the one who asked for them in the first place.
I'm sorry, but I really don't think that I know what you're talking about. I certainly don't know anything about any macaroons or anything like that.
But I don't understand. Why would my mom want to lie to me about something as simple as that?
You know, even if I didn't know the kinds of food that you were talking about, I still would have probably never tried them. After all, your mom only ever lets me eat leftovers when I'm allowed to take my meals.
But then, if you eat outside of the house for dinner, then what do you do for breakfast and lunch? In fact, now that you're saying all of this, I'm finally realizing that I've never seen you eat.
Well, your mom only lets me have water for breakfast and lunch.
How are you surviving one meal a day with water? That can't be good for you. I didn't realize that's why you were so skinny.
Yeah, and the doctors have been saying that my blood sugar really has not been good. They say that at this rate, I might not even be able to have children.
I can't believe that my own family is putting you through this. This is just so horrible.
No, you don't have to do anything to be sorry about. I'm the one that should be sorry. I've clearly told you much more than I was supposed to.
No, you should have told me about this. I'm glad that you did. I had no idea that my family was putting you through all of this. I only wish that you told me earlier. Does that mean that they've been treating you like this the whole time and you've just been putting up with it? Why didn't you try asking my brother for a divorce or just run away?
And what would be the point? I don't have a job, and so I don't have money. And without any money, I couldn't be on my own for very long. Not to mention that I don't really get along with my parents, so I wouldn't go back to them either. I don't have anywhere to go, even if I could run.
But, I mean, the way that they're treating you, not only is it not right, but they're starving you. If you need a place to go to get away from them, then let me help you. I would love to help you get away from them.
I couldn't ask you to do that. You'd have so much on the line if you helped me. I couldn't ask you to take that risk with your mother and brother. I really will be fine.
You're not going to be giving me any trouble. If anything, you staying in this situation is going to bother me more than trying to get you out. I know that you might be scared because you know that you can't trust my mom or Nate, but you can trust me.
Oh, dear Sarah. Did you look at the weather forecast for the day? It seems like we might be getting rain. I guess that means that you'll be taking your dinner wet tonight, won't you? Try not to make a mess.
No, actually. Tonight I'm going out to have some pasta for dinner. I won't be needing any dinner at home, thank you.
Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about? Just where are you going to get the money to eat out, huh?
Well, Rena told me that she wanted to take me out for dinner. She told me that there's a nice Italian place that she's been wanting to try in the city. So not only will it be my first time eating out at a fancy restaurant like that, but it'll also be my first time in the city.
Wait a second. You mean that you're going all the way back to the city with Rena? Are you there with her right now?
I am, and you should know that I've told her the truth about our little arrangement. Rena thinks that I should divorce Nate and never come back here. Not only that, but Rena said that she would help me until I can stand up on my own 2 feet. So I am going to be starting my life anew.
You mean that you're really going to leave my son to go and do something so stupid? What is the matter with you? You really need to learn your place in the family, do you know that?
Would you mind getting the divorce papers ready from there? You can just ask Nate to sign on the parts where he needs to, and then send it to Rena. I'll take care of the rest and even pay to have it filed and all of that. Of course, if he wants to try and drag this out, I'm more than happy to sue. So, now that I've told you all of that, make sure that Nate knows as well. It sounds like you two will have a lot of talking to do about all of this.
Wait a second. Did you say that you were going to sue us? And just what in the world would be suing us for? You're the one that's just demanding out of the blue for a divorce. If anyone should have to pay, it should be you.
No, that won't be how this is going to go. What's going to happen is that I'm going to sue you for the abuse that you've been putting me through. I have been putting up with your awful ways just to keep my marriage together for a long, long time, and you aren't going to get away with how you've treated me.
But, wait a second. Is this really Sarah? You would normally never talk to me like this. What's gotten into you?
I suppose that Rena gave me the pep talk that I needed to finally stand up to you. I'm not going to be your submissive little daughter-in-law anymore.
You think I'm just going to let you divorce my son and get away with it? You'll never escape.
I don't care what you say. If you ever try to do anything to make me go back to that house, I'll call the police. You wouldn't want that, right? After all, in such a small town, you know exactly how fast the rumors would spread about you. Why would you be made into a pariah overnight?
Rena, are you there? I just want to let you know that I've sent the divorce papers to your address. Is that all you needed from us?
Thank you for doing that. I'll be sure to have these filed right away.
But I still don't understand. Why are you even doing this in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, don't you realize that you're ruining your brother's own marriage? You're going to tear him and his wife apart.
It sounds to me like those two should have never ever been together in the first place. And given the horrible way that you two have treated her, I don't think anyone would blame her for wanting to get away.
Don't you think that just because you've gotten this far that you're out of the woods yet? You are going to be in so much trouble.
I'm sorry, but all I'm doing is helping someone in need. You were practically holding Sarah captive. Now I'm giving her a way out. She is going to stay in the city and start her new life here far away from the two of you.
Are you out of your mind? Do you really think that a girl like Sarah could even survive a week in a place like that? And why is she doing this anyways? She should be grateful to be my son's wife. She's a good-for-nothing nobody, and she'll never make it without family there to guide her.
I really don't think that you have any idea what you're talking about. I already know how strong of a person Sarah is to have to put up with you. But on top of her great personality, she is also just a gorgeous woman. I think she'll do just fine here.
You don't know anything about her. She can't do anything right. She won't be able to take care of herself at all.
I am sure that she is perfectly capable of doing anything that she sets her mind to. If anything, she's already proven that by the years of service she's given you and Nate. So I wouldn't keep underestimating her, because it's only going to make you look bad.
I am only trying to tell you the truth about what you've done. She really is the most useless and helpless woman in the world.
You know what I think, Mom? I think that you and Nate are probably the only ones who actually believe that.
No, it's true. You can't just let a girl like Sarah out into the city. She's going to get picked up by some strange man who's going to treat her even worse than Nate and I. She'll realize soon enough that she was lucky to be with us, and before you know it, she'll come crawling back to us.
Actually, you should know that I've already introduced Sarah to a few of my friends, and she's really been hitting it off with a few of them.
Well, I bet they're all just country bumpkin transplants just like her.
I mean, I'm sure that you'd like to believe that they were, but it's just not the case. In fact, I have friends doing all kinds of things, from working in finance to fashion modeling. And despite all their high-paying jobs, some of the single friends that I introduced to Sarah have really been taken with her.
This can't be happening. Are you telling me that not only is she going to escape, but she's going to end up with someone who could be earning way more than even Nate was?
I mean, I'm actually surprised that someone like Sarah ever even ended up with my brother. It's clear that she's way better than him, and it seems like ever since coming out here to stay with him, that Sarah has been realizing her self-worth as well. And you know what? I think she's really going to thrive here. So thank you for sending the divorce papers. I hope this is the last that we ever have to deal with each other. After that, Sarah continued to live with me for a little while longer. After about a year of her staying with me, Sarah had finally found a stable job and saved up enough money to put money down on an apartment of her own. Of course, even after we stopped living together, we continued to see each other. We made a point to check in once a week and grab lunch or dinner together. Of all the friends that I had tried to set Sarah up with, I shouldn't have been too surprised that Sarah ended up with the one that did modeling. The two of them make such a cute couple. I had a feeling those ladies would get along, and I was glad that my hunch was right. Now they're even talking about getting married. I'm also just happy since that friend is someone that I know is responsible and level-headed. After all that Sarah had been through with my family, I knew that she needed some stability. Without Sarah there to do all the housework, I've heard through the grapevine that things haven't been going well between my mom and Nate. Although I have no idea, nor do I really care, how they're going to solve the issues they have with each other now. All I'm concerned about is that Sarah continues to thrive in the city and stays safe in her new life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.